Guys? This is Mila, and you're looking at Mila Rayford's YouTube channel. What's up, guys? Hopefully, you guys are having a great evening as I on this Saturday. So, I'm coming to you guys because I wanted to go ahead and just do some show reviews. I'm going to be talking about more than just bipolar on this channel. I wanted to make you all well aware. So let's get right down to business. Okay, so I have my notes so my phone isn't going off. I wanted to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 8, Episode 1. This show has gotten really boring to me. And did anybody notice Claudia doesn't have her peach? And why is she even there at all? And so Portia and her new boo, that's what I wanted to talk about first. She's like 35, 32. She's in her 30s and he's in his 20s. They're not too far in age, but honestly, with that backpack on and her buying him shirts, and she probably flew him out there because I do understand that he's a football player, but I don't know who he is. So is he like somebody's third string receiver or something? I have no idea. But they're getting it on or whatever. She makes a plate for him, a struggle plate of like cheese and crackers and such. And so they go in the room and they get it on, and I'm just like, why don't you get somebody who's of your caliber? But at the same time, I thought about it. Portia's intelligent, but she's still going to be Portia, and that's all I can say about that. So next on my list is to talk about Cynthia and Peter. Now, we all know that this show has been recorded probably 6 months to a year before um, any of this ever happened. So we've already saw on the blogs that Peter was touching that lady all inappropriately like this or whatever he did. And the cheesy looking girl who filmed it, who was smiling all in the camera before she turned it, yeah. Um, with that being said, Papa Smurf, I just don't understand. I really don't get it. It's like, okay, now it probably makes a little bit more sense of why Cynthia's mom and sister hid the marriage certificate, because that doesn't make any sense to me of how you would even let your husband, you would even talk to him, like you would even try to rationalize that. There's no way to rationalize him touching all on another woman, and he blatantly kissed the girl. I don't know if anybody saw that, but he really did blatantly do that. And next, we have to talk about Miss She by Sheree, or Miss Ish by Sheree, as one of my favorite YouTubers calls her. Well, I'm just gonna say it, shit by Sheree. That's what he calls her. He was actually in like OK Magazine or something, Justin J 1232. Shout out to one of my favorite YouTubers because he really is one of my favorites. And I just know at the blackout or whatever they were doing down in Atlanta, she was charging like $5 for pictures, and there's no point. But getting back to her and Kenya's fight, oh my goodness. They were at Cynthia's event for the eyewear launch line, which I feel like she's had for forever. We're finally just now seeing it on Real Housewives. But these two fools both don't have a pot to piss in, literally, and they're arguing about a home. Sheree has been building that house since season 4 or 3 or whatever season it was before she left, right? Kenya's house looks like it's roach and rat infested, like they need to condemn it and start all over again. But I mean, that's her dream home, and she's talking about an elevator and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, is your production company really doing that well where you can have an elevator in your home? Let's just think about that. Okay, enough of the pause of silence because I really don't get it. But how they were going back and forth, and did everybody see Marlo serving? She had on all black. I'm wearing all black just like they were on purpose because I feel like it was a black tie affair. But it's so funny because at Cynthia's event she was like, yeah, I was gonna fly in a helicopter and all of this other stuff, and I'm thinking, I don't know if you had the money to fly in on the copter port, because why would you even mention it if you didn't do it? That's one of the things that I don't understand. Why are you going to mention something and you don't do it, or you haven't done it, or you're not doing it? It doesn't make any sense to me. So what was the point of mentioning that? And Candy's pregnant. Go ahead, Candy and Todd. Even though they didn't do it the old fashioned way, she had in vitro fertilization going on. I think some people don't know that she had IVF treatments. I mean, I know she said it, but on the show, she was like 3 months and like 4 days. But obviously, she's like 6 or 7 months now. And she has the cutest little baby bump like ever. And if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be a boy. So they're even happier about that, which is amazing. But what I would like to say is they do have all of that money. You guys do know that if you pay enough money, they can make it to where if you want a boy, you can have a boy, or if you want a girl, you can have a girl. They did that many, many moons ago. But it's only really celebrities that have access to that. Me and you, unless we have money, I don't know about you, but unless we have money, we can't do all of that. Okay, so next thing, like I said, Claudia, she doesn't have a job anymore at Dish Nation. Portia basically took her job. So sad. Oh well. And she lost her peach because she's boring. I mean, what does she really do for the show? She's not really a housewife. And technically, there are a lot. Okay, so who else is not a housewife? Well, actually, everybody's a wife except for Portia now. She's a divorcee. So, I mean, hey. And I don't know. That's really all that I have to say about that. This whole episode was just a tad bit boring, and I only really lived for the argument between Sheree and Kenya. I almost literally forgot her name. I was about to say something else. But that's the thing. Kenya was Miss USA because I know she wasn't Miss America because Donald Trump does that. So she was Miss USA. I don't want to get it incorrect like Portia did. The whole Miss USA thing, like, I understand she's like a B-rated actress and she has a production company and all of these other things, but where is she getting the money to fund all this stuff? Where is she getting the money to move? Because I thought she was getting evicted out of her other place. And I'm like, well, is your aunt helping you? And, you know, and another thing about Kenya, everybody says that she has extremely long hair. My hair is curly right now. My curl, when I pulled one of my curls, it actually comes to almost my butt, which is very interesting because I haven't straightened my hair in a while, like a very long while. But everybody says her hair is real, and it's not all real. She definitely wears tracks because I've seen in previous episodes where they just glue them in. I mean, she doesn't have a sew in, they're just glued in for fullness. But yeah, her hair is that long, but it's not that full like everybody thinks it is. But that's just something I wanted to say because, again, it's just hilarious how her and Sheree were going at it. And I feel like, why did you guys need to do that at the event? You guys could have hashed that out at your house because it was so funny. She was like, the neighbors said they was calling you or they had called the police on you or whatever she was saying. And I'm like, why does Sheree lives over here, Kenya lives over here, and I'm just like, I don't. How do you even know? You live in the backwoods somewhere where a scary movie man is gonna come with a Texas chainsaw and massacre your tail. But it's okay. It is definitely okay. But for a thought of this first season's episode, I'm not really. I didn't really care for it. I was kind of bored. Actually, I have a short attention span, so I get bored really easily. I probably changed the channel 50,000 times, but I finally actually took the time to watch it. So that was really it with that. There's nothing more, nothing less to say about it. I mean, it's just stupid. Like, their argument was stupid. And like I said, if I were Cynthia, I wouldn't. I promise you, we would be divorced. Excuse me. There's no coming back from that. There's no coming back from that. Oh, well, baby, I need some help. Oh, I can't stop what I'm doing. Look, Papa Smurf, I'm going to need you to do better. If you cannot stop touching women when you drink, maybe you need not to drink. But Cynthia, I really need you to check your husband. Like, really? You really definitely need to check him because if you don't, you're going to keep going through the same thing and all you're going to do is prove your mother and your sister right. And that's all I really have to say about that, because it's true. They didn't want them to be married from Jump Street. So why should she feel any kind of way, about Peter doing that, and her family didn't even want her to marry him? So, I mean, that's neither here nor there, but I don't know. I do a lot of thinking, and I'm like, if I were them, what would I have done differently? Well, I wouldn't have been Kenya and started any mess at the party, because why? You don't even know Sheree, and you're starting mess. Just like they said, she's just messy. She really just is. I don't understand why she's messy. She just is messy. Like, it's, I don't know, why is she so messy? I have no idea. But she's been that way since she was introduced, and I don't remember what season she was introduced on. Was she introduced on 4, 5? I think it was after Candy. I'm not really for sure, because I remember Candy and Nene got into it when Candy was wearing that cute short hairdo. I loved her hair short. I like it long too, but I really like her hair either in a bob, or if it's going to be super long, she has vixen curls, or she has the curly one like this, but it was red. And, but speaking of red hair, did anybody see Watch What Happens Live with Candy and Vivica A. Fox and that whole thing? The only reason why I'm talking about it is because a housewife was on there, but Mama Joyce was on there too. And I still think Mama Joyce doesn't like Todd. I don't care what anybody says. She still doesn't like him. But I mean, it's okay. She has her right not to like him. But that's all I really have. I just wish that we had more positive things on TV. And I'm going to get into my next episodes of the things that I want to talk about next. I have 2 more show reviews that I'm about to do. And one of them is a very excellent show that promotes everything that, you know, us as a black culture should stand for. So I will go ahead and talk to you guys later. Bye.